pull up the information. Right. And also let me get nomics with 1 week bar chart. So, everybody, very good evening. I'm sorry, yes. Ready? Keep pen and paper ready, and please let's go through the 2 years down the line of our activities, our action, and price forecast in all of the 3 different cases: your bear market, base market, and bull market. That where will we stand in all these 3 cases as per the ECN future in terms of financial forecast. And it's very hard to make these things. We tried to deliver all of these things together. We're going to share with you. So everybody here, all good? Ready with the pen, paper, and all the information that you need to promote in your team and also make yourself more understanding about the system. Okay. Few things I would like to say before I start is that everyone must know that the withdrawal is like Sunday 00 hours UTC time. That is the time for the cutoff for withdrawal. If you want to place withdrawal, you can place every day, but the last time for the withdrawal is Sunday 00 hours UTC time. That's like Sunday midnight, like 12 AM in the night, 0000. That is basically your UTC. So every country has their own times regarding the withdrawal. Depending upon your country time. So you have to check, you have to write down UTC as per your time zone. So you can say, let's say if you belong to, let's say Latin America, let's say Colombia, you can type Colombia time with UTC. So you can see what is UTC and you can see your time and you can understand that this is my time for my country, is my deadline for placing the withdrawals. I'll give some examples. Let's say for India, India is 5:30. UTC 00, which means by Monday morning 5:30 AM. Because UTC 00, then you add 5 hours 30 minutes, and you see that Monday morning 5:30 AM is your last cutoff. After that, more withdrawals they get processed on the next week. The other second part, let's say Nigeria. Nigeria is like 1:30. As per their, I believe, 1:30 is their time zone. So UTC 00 means that by Sunday midnight 1:30, you have a time for the withdrawal. So please understand, every country has their own time zone, and you have to convert UTC 00, and you will get your time zone, and you can work accordingly. So this is the important information. Your daily cutoff time is UTC 7 AM. Write it down. Daily cutoff time is UTC 7 AM, and withdrawal cutoff time is UTC 00 hours on Sunday. These two informations has to be provided to everybody in your team in order to make less confusion in the market. Okay, these 2 points. Now let's move ahead and let's see the changes that we brought like 4 days back, and usually you expect a result of anything which you try to do after a couple of days, couple of period, but it's very impressive, and it's very amazed to believe that the 3 days, like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, today is 5th. In last 5 days, I would like to take you to the multiple statistics which will make you understand that the result is instant and it is in a very big direction. So first of all, let's just make some comparison. If I open this table and if you can see this table, let me refresh it also. Right. So here you can see that, and if you just pull over the old database, everything, you can check that every Monday we had a fall off, like I have shared with you in last 3 to 4 Zooms continuously, that every Monday we used to experience a fall of 40%, then 50%, then 60%, then 70%. As per the last 4 weeks, we had the fall of like 70% was the last week fall in the prices. We given the withdrawal at $0.86 and the price went to $0.37, which is approximately 70% of loss in price in just one day on Monday. If we just compare that with today, so this is basically from the day that 30th June, the day we started making the implementation in the system, and you can see that in just last 5 days, you are like 5 times high in terms of prices, approximately 4 to 5 times. Not only this, please stop raising your hand because it comes on my screen and it's stop raising. If you, I know I don't see my screen because I see notification in my screen when you raise your hands. Hello. Yeah, I'll let you know. So this is more important. And if you just talk about like the first Monday, which came after like 4 weeks after implementing the things, today we started with 1.56. I believe that's the price when the payout was executed. $1.56, $1.56. And if we talk about right now, we are like 1.71. So if we compare the last 48 hours, like last 24 hours of growth, we can see that in spite of the withdrawal today, where we were experiencing the, here is showing 1.61, it will take some time to come to 1.71. And you can see it's like already with 1.61, you can see 7% of green, which is a 7% of growth on the day where we used to feel the maximum drop. All the time it has become a trend in the past that we have been experiencing it, and all of you know it very well that every Monday you have seen the price go down 60–70%, and you have seen like, people been panicking, the market has been panicking because people were unable to take out the exact amount that they were into taking out. So what's more important for us here to understand is that we are when you make some decisions and you wait for the outcome, so I believe it's enough outcome, it's like more than expected. Like I was talking yesterday also, that tomorrow we will see the sentiments of the market, and my friend, this is a sentiment of the market that on Monday you are in green, you are in like 7% growth, which is like just opposite of what was happening from last 4 weeks. So I would like to give you a lot of congratulations, and I would like to give you a lot of thanks from the bottom of my heart regarding this sentiment change in the market. The market from the bearish sentiment has gone into the bullish sentiment. People have realized, because it's not individual, it's because the whole community is involved. So, and it's not an individual sentiment, it is a community sentiment that they have realized it very well. That, 3 things they have realized. The first thing they have realized is that the decision is in the growth of the community, and you have seen the results today. The second thing that they have realized is that when EPT will not be able to activate, you cannot do master wallet to master wallet transaction, which may take place from tomorrow, I believe, or latest like day after tomorrow. The validations are going on, rest everything is done. Your EPT transactions will stop. You will have only one way of converting your EPTs to ECN, and the many people who have taken out ECN today, have not sold it because they know that after 2 days they will be needing those ECN in terms of activating the accounts. And if in next 2 days the price goes up, the people are already in 6% of the profit today only. With the current situation, it can go less, it can go more. It can go to $1.5, it can go to $2 also. So every single percent growing in the price of ECN is every single percentage going in price of your EPT. So suppose you have withdrawal $1,000 of EPT, so you're basically 6% right now benefited on that $1,000. And if like it grows well, you know, all these percentage which is like growing, this is a percentage of growth in your wallet, and it's additional income for you. If you had $1,000, that's like one EPT, $1, and you sell it for $1 in the market, it's like no growth, it's stable token, right? With this, you know, you have already got 6% extra money in your pocket, apart from your EPTs, which was not available with the EPTs, which is now available with the ECN. And if any growth in ECN is going to make your wallet multiplied with that growth, because suppose you want to activate someone's account for $1,000, you can transfer $1,000 of ECN to his TronLink Pro wallet, and he can put from TronLink Pro wallet to eOracle, and he can activate the account. And this $1,000, if you even see 10% growth, you made $100 extra, which was unable to make with the EPT. So this point number 2 must be very clear to you, that the more you hold, the more price goes up, and the more price going up is basically your profit is going up in your wallet. Nobody has the authority of it's a decentralized wallet. The ECN you have in your wallet is your personal asset. Any single growth in ECN is a growth in your wallet, extra growth, because in your master wallet, the EPT, they don't grow. They have the same number. So please understand and make your team understand that if you have 1,000 balance in master wallet, it will remain $1,000 only. However, if you have $1,000 worth of ECN in your wallet, even today after taking the payout, you are right now at the 6% of growth, right? So I mean, it's the point number 2 must be acknowledged and addressed, that by the time you are using the ECN for the activations and holdings, and the price goes up, every single percentage is going in your wallet. That's really very amazing. That's really very important, and that's what we were saying, that you will make a lot more than your compensation thing. Your SMB was in dollar, straight in dollar. Now that SMB you can get in ECN, and it can go multiply multiple times. And the way the market has shown the sentiments today, which was like even at the plus point, after 2 days when the activations will start taking places, you guys will be needing a lot of ECNs to activate the packages for your downlines. You know it very well, right? That's gonna bring your price, and there is no doubt touching $10 with such market sentiments that we have been watching from last 3 days, and today it has been outperformed amazingly. This result was not expected, but I believe, like I said, 2 things has been very clear, that EPT transfer is not going to happen, so people are going to need the ECN to activate the accounts. So they are keeping the ECN in their wallet instead of selling it, because they know that in their wallet, if they are keeping the ECN, their wallet is growing with the percentage, which is additional money that they are getting apart from their payout. The other thing that they have realized is that with the whole community sentiments, it's a very bullish, and it is going in a very big directions. Okay. Point number 3 is I would also like to, I mean, you know, instead of just telling you, so I have given you one graph. You have seen the sentiments of the market, which has been like U-turn. If you say a proper 360-degree turn in the market sentiment, because it's much clearer, and the reason of blocking EPT to EPT and starting ECN to ECN is now clear to you. All right, can you raise your hand if you understood the reason behind stopping EPT to EPT and starting ECN to ECN, and your EPT is growing today? That's the result. If you made 1,000 equity withdrawal, $1,000 is now $1,060 because you have 6% of growth. So you are in profit by the decision of stopping EPT to EPT and starting ECN to ECN, whether the ECN has not started yet. So the movie has not started with just under the development of getting the ECN acceptance started. Your today's payout is in positive, in more, you have more payout than you're supposed to get the payout in your master wallet. So I believe you understand this part very well. This is more important. Let me also show you one thing very simple way of looking at what exactly happened in 7 days. You can see it yourself. So I am just opening the nomics, and let me go back to chart. Let me check a 1 week chart. You can see your last 1 week chart, like we started from 0.40 every day, next day 0.55, next day 0.97, next day 1.03, next day 1.43, next day 1.57, and right now 1.63. So this is like every day you have done like 30-40%, 50% of growth in terms of price. And let me show you the market sentiments in 7 days. So if you select this bar, it gives you the results for the day. Okay, if you select the bar, you can see this was your last week payout day. Every day the bear market was big than the bull market, and you can see this chunk of big red block which shows the volume of sales over the buying. This was your performance, and is something which is very transparent and real. This was you on 29th of June in terms of your performance last Monday. And then 30th June, you have more buying, no selling. So basically you have got like this, because you know they see how many volume of buying and how much volume of buying and how much volume of sales, and then they represent this chart, right? So here after neutralizing the buying and selling on this day, this was the extra selling apart from the buying. For the next like 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 4 days, the buying market is a lot more bigger than the sell market. This is why you can see only green, no red after neutralizing the sales with the buy. This is the result. This is the volume of extra buying with the green color. Today, it just started like 5 hours ago. If we talk about the UTC time, it's 5 hours 30 minutes, and you can see it's a very small red chunk here. If you compare this red chunk with the old 29th June of chunk, you can see it's like 10 times smaller in terms of the volume and size. And as soon as I believe the 24 hours will be completed, this will also turn up into green section. This thing, which is like very, very amazing. If you compare this thing with this thing, you will be able to analyze your growth in last 7 days, and you can see the mindset of the market in last 7 days. If you compare with the 30 days up, you can see only red candles were like ruling the market. You know, the red candles, you see hardly 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles in like 3 weeks. From here to here, you can see like 3 good green candles only, and all the good in 3 weeks green candle. If you compare with just 1 week of green candle, you can make the judgment yourself, and look at the payout days. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, and this time you have been the most best week so far in terms of ECN, and the best week so far for the project. So I mean, these things you can see, you can check, and you can understand that how the market has responded, how the community has responded, and you can understand the mindset of the community. You can understand the sentiments of the community. Is it clear? You can check these things yourself, and you can see that your last day was with what kind of market sentiment, right? So these things you can check yourself, and you can realize that as a whole community, as a 6.3 million accounts in the system, as a community, what is the result? And on that you make your opinion. On that you make your people understand. You tell them that this is a result. This is something which is visible, transparent, and it's on blockchain, and it has all the records. Nobody can tamper, nobody can make false records. It's all real and all authentic. What can be much better than having a real and authentic, database to analyze the performance of the system, to analyze the sentiments of the community? So you have all the tools to analyze these things, and these tools are very powerful tools, because after this, people, they don't come up with the cross questions. They understand. So as a community, the cumulative action that we have taken 4 days back, you can see the results, and this result is now taking you to a very big market, very bull market. And $100 ECN, $200 ECN is not an impossible task. The 10% withdrawal will be bigger than your 100% withdrawal if you're just gonna look into the things and just gonna see it. So these are the tools which makes your people understand. If everybody has a small team or big team, you must talk to everyone. You must make it in a way. If you are immortal, you create meeting with titans, almighty, conquerors, relic, you make them explain and let them explain to their downlines, because you are doing it for your own business. You're doing it for your own growth. With this situation, if I say the e-Oracle from the 1st of July, all the leaders gonna make millions of the money, who just gonna make their team understand, educate, train, and realize all these things, and can explain about all these things to your team members. You will be a much more successful person in e-Oracle, withdrawing millions of the money, making millions from the ECN only. On the other hand, if you are holding the ECN for a long period of time, nobody can stop you becoming a millionaire just from ECN, because it's not something which is going to happen for the first time with any good project in the past, where community sentiments were huge, where community sentiments were bullish, and the project was keeping all the developments, the project was keeping all the promises, the project was keeping all the utilities and use cases delivered on time, going to the PR time by time, being a part of one of the biggest crypto news portals, where so there is nobody can stop you in multiplying your wallet 100 times to 200 times. It's very natural, it's very logical, and it is like 80% of the cases with all the successful projects which have happened in the past. Also, when I was in my Africa Blockchain Summit, I have told you the same. It's not about creating the community, it's about nurturing the community, it's about educating and giving not only education but also giving the skill set to the community. And this is something where we make our money from, not less, a very big amount of money we are making. So we must try to learn these things. In life you have very less time where you learn while making money. Normally people pay to learn. Here you are getting paid and getting learned, and this is very, very good for your future. So please acknowledge it. Please take it as a big future. We are trying to create a horizon for e-Oracle and ECN for a big, I believe the big horizon will be created in next 10 years. That's the planning, that's the way we look into the things of creating a big horizon in next 10 years, because the project is big, the community is big, the developments are coming along, and there is no end to development, there is no end to growth, there is no end to being recognized and validated. There is no end to all of this. All the projects which are even 10 years old, if you talk about the Bitcoin, which is 12-year-old, is still in Bitcoin code. There are many changes going on GitHub. You see the Bitcoin white paper of 2008 and see the Bitcoin white paper of 2020. You will see a lot many changes has been made by developers. on a regular timely basis, like every month, every 6 months, every year, there are the changes which make this currency more sustainable and removing all the bugs and everything. So development has, it's not that you have developed once, you don't have to develop it again, all these things. Why we upload the code on GitHub? GitHub is a platform of developers. We upload the code on GitHub for the auditing so that many people can come and check the code. And if they find some bugs, if they find some solution, if they find much better application, they come and they contribute, right? So that's why it is there. And why staking is important? Please understand this part. Ethereum went from $100. If you see the Ethereum growth, it went from $100 to $4,400 just because of one reason, because of staking. Because Ethereum came with the proof of stake concept. You know, the POS technology for the mining. They have come up with that because before that, Bitcoin was like proof of work, where you need graphic cards, you need machine, you need mining farms, physical mining farms. Where you can mine with the energy. Mine with the energy was the proof of work, and that's why Ethereum becomes so popular, because it said no to proof of work, no to mine with the energy, but it said instead of community, stake Ethereum together and become a validator of transaction and get rewarded on that mining, which is on proof of stake. So just one concept where people are staking their currency in order to become a validator who is validating a transaction, because a transaction has to be verified by its nature. Only once the transaction is verified, it goes from one wallet to other wallet. While the Bitcoin and the currencies which are on the Bitcoin blockchain, they use proof of work, where they need energy for validating the transaction. On the other hand, ERC20 platform, which is Ethereum platform, works on proof of stake. Just a staking project where people were staking to get benefited from the mining of validating a transaction is the second top currency. And if I talk about the number of community, definitely Ethereum is a much larger community than Bitcoin holders. A big community. They have like the biggest community in terms of the number of people in the community. And second number, I believe, is Tron, because millions of holders of Trons are out there in the market. So Ethereum has become big just because of the staking purpose. So staking is very powerful in any program which is resulting with the very huge returns and resulting with very high growth in terms of your benefits. Imagine the person who have staked ECN when it was $100 in 2017-16 is now, it has touched $4,400 just because of the staking and locking price management mechanism, which helped the price going very higher with the very fast. And many people, they come and participate in this staking and they have getting benefit. Ethereum still offers staking. I believe 12 or 13 Ethereum you can put on staking and you can become a validator. It's on their website, and you get approximately 7 to 8% of staking reward in terms of Ethereum. Anyone can do it. It's open platform. You don't need to know nothing about it, right? So yes, staking has been a very powerful tool. And if you talk about ECN, it works with the POS technology in terms of mining. So the staking that which we are doing is not that the people whose money is going for staking, is more importantly that their money is multiplying in the staking. And they are getting the money in hand also. It's not that they can only see the money in staking, they can get the money also. That the 10% we are talking about, you can withdraw every month, that has gone to staking, and that 10% has a lot of value. I have explained this also yesterday. Your 10% last week was, let's say, $100, and the price was 0.37 cents, which is supposed to be 0.0 something this Monday if you would have not made the changes. Today, that 10% is already multiplied multiple times, at least has an assurity that your money is at least equivalent to the money that you want, the withdrawal that you have requested, at least equivalent, not drop. Let's not talk about the profit. However, if you see at the results, they are indicating a profit in your withdrawals today. Look at the, the previous version where your withdrawals were indicating a huge losses. So my personal suggestion is that before you go and you liquidate your ECN in the market, please look into all these things and then do it. Probably you can make more money than keeping the ECN rather than Tron, and people are understanding it. As a whole market sentiment, we have seen a growth today in price, which is outstanding, and it is 6-7% today. After a month, it will be a lot more beyond we can imagine. So we'll see the numbers. If it's even 6-7% today without even accepting the ECN in the system today. If we would have been accepting today itself in the system, you would have seen a big growth today also in the system. But we wanted to check the sentiments of the market on it, right? And we've been growing very fast, and all the money you have is already been multiplied and already had 6-7-8% growth in just few hours. For this 8%, you have to wait for a long time. Sometimes, if you talk about the traditional business models, they give you 6-8% per annum per year. If you talk about the growth, you have a growth in like few hours. This is why they call it a high risk industry. They call it a volatile industry, but this how this industry is. It's very rewarding. Sometimes it ends up in loss. But if you see any project, any currency which is good, nice with the community, is not in loss. Everybody in thousands and hundred of the 1,000% of the profit. So look at the end result and then realize the fact. Moving ahead, I would like to share some of the work that the operation team has completed, and would like to give you a vision regarding the ECN on it. These are some of the top projects in the market which are running on prediction market. In terms of cryptocurrency, I'll talk about, and I'll talk about in terms of decentralized market and centralized market. So one of the top players in decentralized market is Polymarket and Augur. Augur is a blockchain which basically gives you the protocol of running the prediction market on it. Most of the projects which are running on prediction market, they choose Augur blockchain for their smart contract development. That is the reason Augur is like a big player in the market. Polymarket also is a big player in the market, and you can see their comparison here. If you talk about Polymarket and Augur, then you have Cantip, Stocks, FTX, and at the downside from here, S Markets, Predict, all these Bet365 is a $1 billion platform. All these things are basically a centralized system. To remove, you can see they have so many crosses in terms of the services, in terms of transparency and all other things. To remove these problems, this decentralized system has taken place, where you can see that they have taken out many problems from the centralized system, and they have got these tick yes box of solving this solving the problems with the centralized system. So it is here like the problems which were with the centralized system and the solutions which blockchain and the blockchain technology and cryptocurrency has brought to the world. And this is very visible. If you talk about, let's say, Bet365 is one of the best centralized prediction market platform, where I believe their yearly turnover is approximately $4 to $5 billion in terms of just prediction market. Even they don't comply with a couple of the things. If you just compare, like let me just put it here. Okay, here. All right. So if you just comply and see, they are like, if you compare with the Polymarket or any of the decentralized market, if you talk about the Bet365, which you are thinking about one of the best player in the market out there, there have been problems, all these crosses regarding the decentralized, no decentralized thing, ease of creating markets, no trading limitations, no accessibility fee structure, no. So when a project on the same platform launched in a market with a blockchain technology, they have solved all the problems, and Polymarket and Augur are one of the top-notch projects in the market in terms of their just the prediction market. And if I talk about the financial of all these markets like Poly market, or if I talk about the financial of Augur, over a period of 2 years, of like 1 year or 3 years, you can see like where were they and what they have accomplished by just creating a solution of prediction market from the centralized system to a decentralized system. And you can see the monthly growth rates, you can see their user growth rate, you can see their volume during 2020, and you can see their volume in 2021. If I talk about, let's say, this Poly market, the first case, so if you can see their trading volume over last 6 months is like $100 million. They have done minimum numbers of users, they had like this much, and they have like now followers, like only 9,000 followers on Telegrams. Now you compare with your project, your number of users, and then you see that where do you stand in terms of the top market projects in the market. You can see their minimum average trade, you can see the maximum average trade, minimum average trade per user per month, maximum average trade per user per month, trade volume in May, the whole month May of trade volume per view. So you can see that if we talk about the trade volume of Poly market in just a month of May is approximately $7.2 million. And if you compare your market cap of just like last like 5 days, and you come here and you can see it's like $2.4 million so far today, $2.1 million yesterday, $1.73 million day before yesterday. So altogether you are already more than $7+ million. Just hold on, please. Okay, let me finish. Right, so you can see that with just 5% of supply, not even 5%, it's 3% of supply out in the market, you have more holders, you have more transactions, you have more people in your community, and you have crossed more than 7 million of monthly, like in 5 days you have crossed 7 million of volume. And my friend, this is your biggest strength. Any big exchange, any big index, you qualify if you have more than 1 million of daily trading volume. And let me also tell you, this trading volume is coming from decentralized exchange. It's like 10 times more stronger. Because from the centralized exchange, it's easy because you have market makers who can produce the volume, They create the bots for buying, they create the bots for selling, and buy sell happens automatically, even if a real user is not participating, but you see the volume every day. That's the best part with the centralized exchanges, where you can do the market making. However, decentralized exchanges, which are against the market making, they call AMM, anti-market making platforms, anti-market making platforms. You are doing more than $1 million, $2 million of market trade volume every day on decentralized exchange without market making, without bots, just from the real audience. So it's already a very huge difference, my friend. Let me open my sheet again. Right. Just let me confirm, you're following me so far here, right? In terms of comparison with the top-notch project in the market, I can see now approximately 400 people have raised their hand. Rest of you are not understanding me? Please try to understand even 10% of what I'm saying. If not technically, then at least understand the crisp, the conclusion of what I'm saying, right? These things are very big in terms of, because it's very big. If I go and if I talk to somebody from some exchange or index, and if I show just my figure, that person will like, oh my God, what is this? Because it's very unreal in terms of crypto markets, very aggressive numbers which are showing on the market data. It's not showing on the websites on market data. So let's get back here and let's try to understand these parts. So this is the table that the backend team has created to understand our comparison with the, as you can see, comparison analysis chart is here where you do the comparison, and then the financial analysis chart with some of the top market projects like Poly market and Augur, and you can see, these informations is not possible for me to share with you, but I'm just taking you through one. Because these things will be a part of the white paper where you can see all these things on your website. You can see all these things, all this comparison, because otherwise you will not understand this the way it has been created. If you see their profit margins in terms of base market, bull market, and bear market, if we talk about the poly market, they have like the same performances in all the cases. And then you can see their volume is like in users, or during the 2020 elections. If we talk about the people used poly market in election in predicting about the election, who gonna win the election, who gonna perform the which way. And you can see when the election market was up, they were like 84.72% in terms of their growth with just one election prediction market, if I talk about the poly market. Okay, and if we talk about from May onwards, 2021, in just 2 months, they are like 14%, 15% in terms of their growth. Let's not talk about Plotex because it's again more confusing for you. But yes, we can see here about the ECN that we have been talking about. Let's get back to ECN, and we have a roadmap for ECN for all the months, like month 1, month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15. 24. So like for next 2 years, we have created the forecast for the ECN in terms of trading volume, in terms of the price for the ECN, considering all 3 cases, your bear case, base case, and bull case in mind. And this is the forecast for 2 years that the team has worked on in terms of your ECN financial forecast. We are only, if you can see, look at the figures. It is created on average monthly user of 400, which is like, I mean, we do thousands, but we created it in a very keeping the least favoring conditions.